There's Josh. There's Mark.
I'm here. Hello.
Hi.
How are ya?
Good. You?
Good, thanks.
Is it hot enough for you?
Oh my gosh, yes, but it's nice.
Yes. I just went for a swim.
Oh, did you?
Yes. And it feels like I was in a tub
Oh.
because it was so hot.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I can imagine.
Yeah. Did you get a haircut?
I did, yes.
Jeez, I'm so observant, eh?
You are, yeah.
Is what's their name?
Joe?
No.
George?
George and Diana joining?
No, we're all four, so it's just the three of us tonight.
Okay.
Well, four with me,
Four.
but yes.
Yeah. Where's
Where's Julie?
She just finished a super intense workout, so she's cooling down right now. She just finished a super intense workout, so she's just cooling down right now.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Is there anything that you guys want to do tonight? Like any postures?
No.
No?
Surprises.
Surprise you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's start at Shavasana. So let's start laying down on our backs.
Okay.
I don't know. Touch the screen.
Jeez.
My screen, not mine.
Oh.
And take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale it all out. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale it all out. Letting your body begin to settle. Your minds begin to calm with every inhale and exhale. Taking this opportunity to let the day slow down. And checking in with yourself this evening. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how your body's feeling. Taking a few moments to scan from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Notice if you're carrying any tension anywhere. If anything may be a little bit sore or maybe a little bit stiff. And sending your breath to those areas. Letting your breath ease anything that might be tense. Soften anything that might be a little bit stiff or a little bit tight. Bringing a little bit of relief to anything that might be sore. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Taking note of any thoughts that might be arising. Gently acknowledging them. Letting them continue to pass by. Drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to your inhales. And your exhales. And take a few moments to set an intention for the class this evening. Something you wish to receive from your practice. On the next inhale, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers. Gently moving your toes. Slowly waking up your body. Then on the next inhale, draw those knees into your chest, giving them a gentle squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Then circling your knees in the opposite direction. Then open your arms up into a T and letting those knees gently fall to the right side, coming into a twist. Keeping your left shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting your knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. The option to always slide a block under the knees is available to add a bit of support. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Letting your breath soften those areas. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. And then slowly begin to draw those knees back to center. Gently letting your knees fall to the left side. Keeping your right shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting your knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. Option to slide a block underneath the knees. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Allowing your breath to soften those areas. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to draw those knees back up to center. And opening up into happy baby. Grab the outside of those feet. Open the knees nice and wide. And gently rocking a little bit of forward and backwards. A little bit of side to side. Then drawing your knees back together and letting them sway from the left to the right. Gently letting your knees fall to the left side or to the right side, coming into fetal position. Taking a couple breaths here. Nice deep inhale. And a nice deep exhale. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to press your way up. Making your way to tabletop position. And the first posture we're going to do this evening is melting heart or puppy pose. So keeping those hips on top of the knees, walk your hands out, drawing your chest to the mat. Maybe allowing that chin to rest on the mat. Breathing into those shoulders. The option to bend the elbows to take a little bit of pressure off the shoulders is always available, or opening your hands a little bit wider as well. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Taking nice deep inhales. And nice deep exhales. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale, can you walk your fingertips out maybe a little bit further, challenging your edge in this posture. Breathing into the sensations. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up. And then pushing back to child's pose. So sitting on those hips, sitting on your feet, bending your elbows, allowing your spine to round, tucking your chin. Option to take your hands to your feet. Softening your shoulders, removing tension from your neck. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to roll up, making your way back to tabletop position. So we're gonna make our way to dragon pose. We won't hold it, or lizard pose. We won't hold it as long because we're gonna compound. So we're gonna go from dragon into deer pose. So plant those hands, curl those toes. Send your hips up to your downward facing dog. Take a few moments to pedal out the feet. Bending one knee straight and the other. Then find stillness for one full inhale. One full exhale. Then on the next inhale, float your right leg high to the sky. Then step your right foot through your hands. And release that back left heel onto the mats. And release those left toes. So you can keep your foot underneath your knee, or maybe you walk your foot out to the edge of the mats. Option to always open up that knee is available. And then try to make your way down closer to your forearms. Always using a block for some support. Breathing into that right hip. Allowing those sensations to soften with your breath. Keeping nice deep inhales. Nice deep exhales. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Can you lower down maybe a little bit more onto your forearms? Take 3 more breaths here. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. 2 more. Nice deep exhale. Take 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Then slowly making your way up onto the palm of your hands. And then from here, walking your right foot all the way across over. And then releasing that right knee down. And sitting on that right hip. So making your way to deer posture. So bending that left leg behind you. On the next inhale, square the shoulders and take an inhale here. And then exhale, walk your hands out. Maybe you come onto your forearms. Maybe your elbows are slightly bent. Breathing into the sensations that you may be feeling. Allowing them to soften with your breath. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, come onto the hands, and then we're gonna walk our hands over to the right. So coming into twisted deer. So take an inhale here, and then exhale, walking those hands out, maybe coming onto the forearms. Allowing your body to rest. Breathing into any sensations. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly coming back onto the palm of the hands. Walking your hands back forward. So straightening that left leg. Coming onto that right knee. So setting up for pigeon pose. But we're not going to stay in pigeon. So plant your hands, curl those toes, and send that leg back to your three-legged dog. Giving that a little bit of a shake. And then release those right toes down. And then just lower down all the way onto your stomach. So take a few moments to have a rebound pose. To notice how that right side feels as it releases. You can draw your hands together and let your forehead rest on the top of the hands. Allowing that right hip to begin to settle. Allowing your shoulders to soften. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then draw your hands underneath your shoulders, push up to tabletop. Curl those toes and make your way to your downward facing dog. So press your knees up and then your hips back. Take a few moments here to pedal out the feet. Bend one knee, straighten the other. Repeat that on the other side. Eventually finding stillness for one full inhale. One full exhale. Then inhale, float that left leg high to the sky. Then step your left leg through your hands. Release your your right heel onto the mat and curl those toes. So you can keep that leg here, or maybe you walk that left foot out to the edge of the mat. And then from here, either staying on your hands or maybe you come down onto your forearms. The option to take the block or a cushion and add some support. Breathing into that left hip. And take a few moments here to notice how this side feels different than the other side. Is a little bit more relaxed, or is a little bit more stiff? Do you need to adjust in any way to make it feel a bit more comfortable? Keeping your breath nice and deep inhales. And deep exhales. 2 more nice deep inhale. And a nice deep exhale. Take 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. And slowly making your way back onto your hands. And then walking that left foot over to the right side of the mat. And then releasing that left knee down and sitting on that left hip. So coming into deer pose, bending that right knee. On the next inhale, square the shoulders forward. And then exhale, walk those hands out. Maybe coming onto your forearms. Maybe you can go even a little bit further. Honoring your body this evening. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take 1 more inhale here. 1 more exhale. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up. And then walking the hands over to that left side. So coming into twisted deer. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, walking those hands out, coming onto your forearms. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Letting your body find rest. Take 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Slowly begin to walk your hands up. Then walking them back to center. And then rolling onto that left knee. So coming into pigeon pose. Just to set up for downward facing dog. So press into your palms of your hands. Shoot that left leg back to your three-legged dog, gently giving it a little bit of a shake. Then lowering those left toes down, coming back to plank and lower all the way down onto your stomach. Coming into a rebound pose. So drawing your hands together, allow your forehead to rest on the top of your hands. And notice how this side feels. As your body releases out of how your left hip feels as it begins to settle. Allowing your shoulders to soften. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then we're gonna make our way into Sphinx pose. So draw those elbows underneath our shoulders. Releasing those toes, removing tension from the legs. Allow your eyes to close. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Sending your breath anywhere that you might be feeling sensations. Letting your body find rest. Softening those shoulders. Removing tension from your neck. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. And take a few moments here to check in with yourself. Notice how you're feeling. Notice if you're present, or maybe your mind might have wandered or drifted. Just drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to this posture. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then the option to stay here in Sphinx pose, or maybe you move to seal pose, so where you turn your hands out to the edges of the mat. Press into the palms of the hands, straighten those elbows. Opening up this posture. Drawing your shoulders down and away from your ears. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. And the option to stay here, or maybe you walk those hands up a little bit closer, trying to keep those hips pressed into the mat, but maybe you have a little bit more flexibility in your back and you can open up this posture a little bit more. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Two more nice deep inhale. And a nice deep exhale. Last one, nice deep inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Slowly lowering down. Drawing your hands together and letting that forehead rest. Allowing your spine to settle. Those shoulders to soften. Notice how your spine feels. Take a couple more breaths here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then plant your hands underneath your shoulders, push up to tabletop, and then push back to child's pose. Bending those elbows, rounding your spine, tucking your chin. The option to take your hands to your feet. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to roll up. Kicking your feet to one side or another and coming into a seated position. So we'll come into a nice forward fold. So allow those toes to point. Sitting on the top of the sit bones if possible. Inhale, reach your hands up. Then exhale, reach and fold. Inhale, can you drop that chest a little bit? Exhale, can you walk your hands out a little bit further? Breathing into that low spine. Softening those shoulders. Removing tension from your neck. And with every exhale, allowing your chest to draw closer to your legs. The option to always have a slight bend in your knees if it's a little bit too intense on the back of the legs. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, can you let your body sink a little bit more? Can you soften those shoulders a little bit more? Take one more inhale here. Exhale it all out. Then slowly begin to walk your hands up. So we're gonna make our way into shoelace pose or Gomukhasana. So you're gonna take that right leg and cross it over your left and try to keep your knees on top of each other if possible. And you can allow that left toe to point. So the option to stay here in half shoelace Or maybe you circle that left leg behind and then rock those knees forward, coming into full shoelace or Gomukhasana. So honor your body this evening. From here, we'll inhale, reach our hands up. And then exhale, reach and fold. So inhale, draw up that chest a little bit. Exhale, can you walk your fingertips out a little bit further? Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Take a few more breaths here. Two more breaths. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Very nice. Slowly walk those hands up. Releasing your legs, giving them a little bit of a shake. And then taking that left leg and crossing it over your right. So trying to keep your knees in alignment. Maybe you come into full Gomukhasana where you swing that right leg to match the left. Rock those knees forward and back. Inhale, reach your hands up. Then exhale, reach and fold. Inhale, draw up that chest a little bit. Exhale, can you walk your fingertips out a little bit further? Taking a few moments to notice how this side feels. You need to adjust in any way. Take a few more breaths here. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up. Releasing your legs, giving them a little bit of a shake. Very nice. Then planting your feet on the mats and slowly lowering all the way down to your backs. So making sure that your block is handy. We're going to come into supported bridge. So draw the heels as close to your glutes as possible. Take a deep inhale together. And a deep exhale. Then inhale, send those hips up. Slide the block or the blanket or cushion underneath your tailbone. And adjusting your block, whether you draw it closer, higher up your spine or lower down. And when you find that spot, let those hips release. Allow your palms to face up. Removing tension from your shoulders. Tension from your neck. letting your body find rest. Taking note of any thoughts that might be rising, gently acknowledging them, letting them continue to pass by, drawing your attention back to your breath. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. You allow those hips to release a little bit more. You soften your shoulders a little bit more. Take a deep inhale together and a deep exhale. Then slowly shift those hips up, slide that block underneath, and then slowly let those hips lower down to the mat. Take a couple breaths here, allowing that spine to settle. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then taking that block again, so we're going to come into waterfall. And the option too is to also maybe come into plow pose. So if you feel like you want to come into plow, feel free to come into plow. Or if you just want to do waterfall this evening. So drawing your knees in, shifting your hips up if you're coming into waterfall, sliding that block underneath your hips and straightening those legs. If you come into plow, keeping your neck straight and drawing the feet onto the floor if possible. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. And if you're in plow, the option to come into waterfall is always available. Breathing into the sensations. Letting your breath soften those areas. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. If you're in plow, slowly release. If you're in waterfall, gently shift those hips up, sliding the block from underneath. And then drawing those knees into your chest, giving them a nice big hug. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circling your knees in the opposite direction. And open your arms up into a T and letting those knees gently fall to the right side. Coming into a twist. Keeping that left shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting the knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. And notice how this twist feels different than the beginning of class. Your body a little bit more relaxed. Are the sensations the same that you feel? Breathing into those areas. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. One more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly draw those knees back up to center. Then gently letting the knees fall to the left side. Keeping your right shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting your knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. And notice where you feel the sensations. Is it different from your first twist of the practice? Do you need to adjust in any way? Breathing into those areas. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly draw those knees back up to center. Opening up to happy baby. Grab the outside of those feet. Open the knees nice and wide. Gently rocking a little bit forward and backwards. A little bit of side to side. Then take a deep inhale together. And exhale, open up to Shavasana. Legs as wide as the mat. Palms to face up. Letting your body melt into the mat. Taking this opportunity to let go. Letting your body find rest. Letting your mind find peace. Taking a few moments to scan over your body. Notice if you're carrying any tension anywhere. Breathing into those spots. Letting that tension dissolve. Your body melting a little bit more into the mat. And taking note of any thoughts that might be arising. Gently acknowledging them. Letting them continue to pass by. Drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to your inhales and your exhales. And as your body finds rest this evening, letting your practice absorb into your mind and into your body. The benefits from all the postures, sinking deep into your muscles and into your memory. On the next inhale, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers. Gently moving your toes. So we'll stay in Shavasana for our breath exercise. So we're just going to do an equal box of 5 on the inhale, 5 to hold. So take a deep inhale together and a deep exhale. Then inhale for 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Letting your body return back to its normal rhythm of breath. Noticing any sensations in your body, how your mind feels. On the next inhale, slowly reaching those arms up and overhead. Then grabbing one wrist and gently pulling it to one side of the room, feeling the stretch in that side body. Release that wrist, grab the other wrist and gently pull it to the opposite side. Then release that wrist, reach your hands to the very back of the room and your feet to the very front. On the next inhale, take a full body stretch. Exhale, let it all go. Then on the next inhale, slowly draw that right knee into your chest, giving it a nice big squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. Adding some movement back. Then release that right leg, draw in that left knee. Give it a nice big hug. Gently add some movement back. Then draw that right knee back into your chest. Give them both a big squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circling your knees in the opposite direction. Then letting your knees sway from the left to the right. Gently letting your knees fall to the right side or to the left side. Coming into fetal position. Allowing your head to cradle into your arm. Offering breaths of gratitude. Grateful for your practice this evening. Grateful that you took time to slow down, to connect with your body and your breath. Take a few moments to reflect on the intention you set at the beginning of practice. Take a deep inhale together and a deep exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to press your way up, making your way to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed, drawing your hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale it all out. On the next inhale, draw a gentle smile to your face. Exhale it all out. Take a few moments to thank your body for all the hard work it did this evening. I thank you and I'm very blessed by your practice. Namaste. Great job, everybody.
Thanks, Mark. always enjoyable on Thursdays.
I
No
fell
doubt.
asleep. Oh, tell him.
Davina went for a nap while in the Shavasana.
Oh, really good.
Mhm.
I like that.
It was a very relaxing class. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Oh, good. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
glad.
huh?
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, stay cool in this heat.
You too. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Good to see you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you again. Hi, Julie.